On today's episode of Retro Randoms, we're going to look at some Mattel Masters of the Universe Origins action figures. Okay, folks, we're back. Now, when it comes to the Mattel Masters of the Universe Origins figures, as a big He-Man cartoon fan growing up, obviously, when I saw these in my local Walmart, I walked past them a bunch of times, said, hey, those are kind of cool, kind of nifty. This particular set that got released, which a little bit ago, I'm a little late to the party on these, a lot of folks picked these up. Very, very popular items, sold very, very well. I believe there were about 12 in the set. You had He-Man, Skeletor, Battle Cat, you had a Sky Sled vehicle, you had Man-E-Faces, Man-at-Arms, Evil-Lyn, Trapjaw, Teela, Scareglow, Beastman, and of course Orko the Magician. So there were plenty of figures in this particular set to collect, and of course retro characters with modern posability. I don't know yet if I'm going to collect the entire set of 12 figures, but they do have some nifty inclusions in all of the packages. He-Man, Skeletor, Battle Cat, those are the ones we're going to look at in today's video. He-Man and Skeletor both come with a comic book. They both come with the same comic book, and it's actually a pretty decent read. When we take a look at He-Man's weapons that came with this particular package, I gotta admit, I was a little disappointed in the sword. The shield, not that bad. The sword, in all honesty, not that great. Very, very flimsy, very, very skinny. And it just didn't feel like the best. The design on the sword is okay, but it's pretty bland. As we get the camera to focus in here on it, you'll see that the sword it's kind of boring. It's not that exciting at all. And considering I have the power, one of the most important moments in He-Man cartoons, when He-Man raises that iconic sword, I think they could have done a better job here on it. But as we take a look at the battle axe and the shield, the battle axe, okay, could be better as well. The shield is probably the best part out of his weapons and armor accessories, just in my personal opinion. The shield looks great. Alright, taking a look at He-Man, did they do him justice? And I have to say they absolutely did. This He-Man looks fantastic. I absolutely love the retro packaging as well as the retro look of these characters. Each of these action figures is 5.5 inches tall, and all the figures have highly poseable joints, 16 joints total for all kinds of modern poses for your collection, as well as for the kids to play with. This is definitely a great gift for adult collectors as well as for kids. Obviously, your kids got to be probably above the age of 6 to play with these things due to the small weapons. But in all honesty, I mean, the colors, the brightness, the articulation, the posability. I mean, this looks like a He-Man character I grew up with. That's cool. Because his sword is kind of lame and disappointing, went ahead and went with the battle axe in one hand and, of course, the shield in the other. Taking a look here, wow, man, if I was a little kid, I'd get on the floor and play with these. Hell, I might get on the floor and play with these. And I'm 40 now. Oh, my God. But these are, I mean, look at that. That looks fantastic. This is the way cartoons and superheroes and comic book characters and cartoon heroes, this is the way stuff should look these days, and it's too bad modern cartoons look so different. I love kind of the rubber armor they have wrapped around the figurine with an additional holster to holster that bonus weapon, so we got our sword in there because unfortunately the sword kind of stinks. I know I'm harping on it, I'm just disappointed in the sword, but still, even with that battle axe, we can defend Eternia and protect Castle Grayskull from the forces of Skeletor. And if you're gonna own the Prince of Eternia, you gotta pick up his trusty best friend, Battle Cat. Strong, agile, ferocious, the faithful Battle Cat charges into battle with He-Man on his back and with Skeletor in his sights. Terrifies every enemy, removable armor, retro play. God, I love it when I see the word retro on things. This is a fantastic looking thing. Let's go ahead and bust this out. Now, in this first series of figures, you know, Battle Cat as well as the sled are technically the only, I mean, you probably wouldn't consider him a vehicle, but I'm going to consider him kind of a vehicle category of figures. So you only have those two and then, you know, the other action figures. Now, because these sold so well, I'm pretty sure we'll see additional series in the future coming from Mattel. All the action figures are like 15 bucks at Amazon, Walmart, and Target. The Battle Cat action figures a little bit more because it's a larger piece. They're charging $24.99, all at those same retailers. But of course, it's Battle Cat, man. Battle Cat. I used to own a Battle Cat like this when I was a kid. I did have some He-Man action figures. I had a couple He-Mans, had Battle Cat, had Man-at-Arms, had Skeletor. Obviously, those are long gone. Wish I held on to some of the originals. But of course, the Battle Cat has 12 movable joints, highly poseable. The head moves up and down, left and right. The leg joints move. The jaw opens up and more. And this is just a... Look at that. My wife would say he's got jelly beans for toes, because that's what she said about our cat when our cat was alive. I used to do this all the time when I was a kid as well. I used to, you know, bite me, Battle Cat. And once you pop his helmet on, every memory you ever had of Saturday morning cartoons, comic books, and hanging out with your buddies, talking about He-Man and playing He-Man action figures, floods back. Just like you would anticipate, the He-Man action figures fit perfectly in the mount, in the saddle on the Battle Cat, so whether you want He-Man or someone else to ride him, no issues, not going to fall off, not going to fall out. Everything looks great. I mean, look at that. Absolutely stunning. This is the way toys and cartoons should look like. What's going on out there in the world that they just can't make them like they used to? Although I will admit I'm pretty excited about the upcoming Netflix series made by Kevin Smith with the new He-Man cartoon. From everything we've seen so far, it does appear that that cartoon might do this classic series justice. And when it comes to action figures, it does appear Mattel is doing these justice. I mean, in my opinion, the top 3 must-buys from the first series set has got to be He-Man, has got to be Battle Cat, and of course, Skeletor, the nefarious overlord who always wants to control the power within Castle Grayskull and take over the universe. Skeletor does come complete with sword as well as with his Havoc staff as his battle accessories. And of course, when I'm thinking of Skeletor, I usually think of that classic Dolph Lundgren Masters of the Universe movie. And who could forget that iconic moment, that iconic scene, when in the movie Skeletor goes, "Let this be our final battle." And both him and He-Man clash swords. That was an amazing part of the movie. The Skeletor figure does come with bonus comic book, and it appears to be the exact same comic book that comes with He-Man. Obviously, I don't own any of the other characters, but if they just put the same comic book in every single package, I think that was a swing and a miss. Hopefully, they would have done better there. When you take a look at Skeletor's sword, again, disappointment in the swords that come with these figures. It's the exact same sword as the He-Man sword. It's just been painted purple, exact same mold. They might have the handle on a different side, left hand, right hand, but it's the exact same sword. And I gotta admit, these are probably my only disappointment with these figures is these particular weapon choices. The Havoc staff, of course, looks pretty cool. Nice little mold on there with the ram's head and all that. Nice little rubbery feel to it, so you know you don't have to worry about the little kids breaking these easily, snapping them in half, cracking them. They have some give to them. And of course, here's our guy out of the packaging. Skeletor. He looks fantastic, though. You gotta love how they kind of matched everything we've seen growing up as a kid. Oh, it's just, you just want to play with these, right? Yeah, I'm kind of, you know, manhandling him right now. But I absolutely love this guy. Very impressed with these characters. I think the attention to detail that Mattel went through on these is fantastic. The armor, the faces, everything just brings back nostalgia, memories, and all that retro goodness that we love. Love the armor that buckles on. You can leave it on or take it off. Now, He-Man in his hands can hold the shield as well as a weapon at the same time. Skeletor, unfortunately, can only hold one weapon at a time. And of course, because I don't like the sword, he's holding the staff. If you're only going to pick up a couple of these for your collection, these are the 3 I would recommend. These are the 3 must-haves in my opinion, which is why I bought them. I don't know if I'll go after the entire first series of these figures or not, although I'm pretty sure they'll end up releasing a second series. I might end up getting some FOMO. I'll probably end up getting the other 9 or so. But for now, we're going to do what we wanted to do, and of course, that is put them on our shelf next to a lot of our other retro collectibles. Let me know what you guys think about these. Do you guys have these? Do you guys collect these? Are you guys going to get a second series if they come out with more of these? Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up on your way out, because you all know when nobody's looking, when nobody's home, we're going to end up taking these off the shelf and playing with them, even though we're 40 years old. Hope you guys have a great day, and as always, thank you for subscribing and checking out some retro random goodness.